island. And I texted the Cardinal, who is the president of this FABC, who happens to be a Salesian, and the Cardinal is Charles Cardinal Bo Mong of Myanmar. And I shared with him that we shall be having this inaugural Mass, but with it, the launch of the Laudato Si 10-year program today. So the next slide says, "It is with great joy I send my greetings to the inaugural Mass, followed by the starting of the 10-year program to make DBST not only a green campus, but above all, a learning community of eco-theology." Okay, the next slide says, "Eco-spirituality pervades the papacy of Pope Francis." And it's the articulation of the Trinitarian spirituality. Look at that, brothers and sisters. Trinitarian mysticism talks about relationships and nurturing relationships of love. Therefore, sabi niya, Pope Francis has brilliantly brought the Trinitarian into something beautiful. First, Pope Francis said, our relationship with God, look at Evangelii Gaudium. Our relationship with nature, look at Laudato Si. And finally, our relationship with one another, look at Fratelli Tutti. The relationships of God, nature, and each other has been articulated by Pope Francis. Wonderful, huh? So the next slide says, this laudable initiative has fallen in line with the latest thinking. Therefore, ecological evangelization, ecological conversion, ecological theology are becoming a mainstream. I'm energized to know that DBST has taken the much-needed steps towards greening the campus, greening the mind, not green jokes, huh? Greening the mind, and greening the spirituality. So, what do we say? A caution, careful, because ecology is becoming a trendy topic. Now, it has been accepted by NGOs. The danger is that we will forget the poor again in our discourses. In fact, a book like The Cry of the Earth and The Cry of the Poor, Pope Francis looks at this as dichotomy, separation. The cry of the poor and the cry of the earth. But why did he say that? Here is the next slide. According to Pope Francis in Laudato Si, it's essential to seek a comprehensive solutions which consider interaction with natural systems themselves and with social systems. Natural, ecology, but also the social system where the poor are in the peripheries. We are not faced with two separate crises, one environmental, the other, no, but rather one complex, one crisis only, which is both social and environmental. Therefore, solutions demand integrated approach to combating poverty, restoring dignity to the excluded, but at the same time protecting nature. In fact, if we protect nature, we protect the common home of everyone. And that will have to take us closer to the poor. So he ends like this, it's imperative to seek an integral approach, never forgetting the poor. The Pope urges that the two eyes of justice, ecological and environmental, need to guide our vision. So therefore, he says, the FABC today, with the 50th anniversary happening now in Sampran, we enter into the next 50 years, and one of the major initiatives will be ecological evangelization. Asia is the home of the biggest indigenous population, from China to the shores of central India. And so I'm grateful and highly appreciative of your pioneering initiative, which I am sure other Catholic institutions will emulate. The FABC is inspired by your initiative, and we celebrate the 50 years of Jubilee. Laudato Si will become one of the pivotal mission of the Federation of Asian Bishops Conference. So we're right on the dot as a school, and hopefully we'll not only pioneer, but will sustain And that's why we're working out a 10-year program, which we will make synodal. We will ask your participation how to make it synodal. So he says the church is indebted to the BST for ecological pedagogy. Green campuses are means giving the life-offering oxygen. And God created nature as a gift, not as a commodity. Commodifying nature is the pestering wound of humanity. Therefore, in such challenging contexts, reading about your effort brings great hope. We congratulate you and with you all success in greening the minds and the campus. So with this, he ends with, and you know that we are now part of a bigger movement, Don Bosco Green Alliance. Okay? The whole world of the Salesians of Don Bosco have a Green Alliance. And our Superior General says, our aim is 2025, we will reduce almost to zero, I don't know how, the use of fossil fuel. I don't know how. So that's a mandate, that's a marching order. And I think we're here this afternoon that after having the representative, the Holy Father, regarding this Predicati Evangelium, the focus is to evangelize. We cannot evangelize without putting that evangelization concerned to the healing of the earth, towards a sound environment. So really, I'm asking us professors if we could tweak or reflect again on our courses, how creation and ecology must be part of all our courses. Whether it is for the CPC or for the novices, it's not a subject, but it must be a mentality that we could bake for this.